Will HCMC win the lawsuit? What's going to happen to our shares? That is the two most common questions that everybody is asking and everybody cares about, especially if you're invested into HCMC. This company has a massive upside potential. However, it has been dubbed as one of the most riskiest companies out there. Today, we're going to be covering exactly whether HCMC could win this lawsuit or not. There are reasons for this. We've covered many videos on this company before. However, today we're literally going to get straight into this. We have lots of new information as well come to light. I'm going to be sharing with you some of the facts, some of the numbers, and some definitely intriguing information from other investors out there. As the hype around this stock has been growing and growing, more and more people have been doing a lot more digging, sharing more information, and it is really looking promising for HCMC. We're going to get straight into this. If you want to join our Discord, I have our own HCMC channel in there. We talk about this stock pretty much every single day. And like I say, we called this one a few weeks ago, way before the hype. If you want to get some of these stocks early, definitely come and join us on our Discord. You may find it interesting and it is completely free to join. And also, if you can smash the like and subscribe to my channel, that really is appreciated. Let's get straight into this. HCMC. The first thing up here is the lawyers. I think you already know about the lawyers from this company. They have Cozen O'Connor. They have been recognized as a best law firm. This is a very established company who has won numerous high-profile cases. They are working with a company like HCMC. Not to say it's a bad thing, but this company has such a small market cap, such a small presence. So for them to be taking HCMC under the wing, there's definitely some credit in this. Remember that the whole deal around this is the patent rights, the IP for the IQOS product, and this is what the whole lawsuit is about. Lawsuit against Philip Morris for the IQOS product that Philip Morris has been, making numerous amounts of sales of, which we will cover as well in this video. So they have big lawyers on HCMC's side. Not to mention here that the CEO, Jeff Holman, he has been in the legal job and he's got lawyer's degree with over 25 years experience. So he definitely knows what he's doing with this company. You wouldn't go and put your reputation on the line and go up for a lawsuit if you thought that there was a possibility of losing this. But they are competing against a big dog here, a multi-billion market cap company here in Philip Morris. So they're not going to compete against this with their very small amount of market cap. They're about 400 million shares. They are not going to compete against a company this big who is definitely going to win in terms of the cash front, etc. as well, if they didn't think there was a lot of credibility in this. And Cozen O'Connor wouldn't put their reputation on the line as well to work with a company like this. That is probably the biggest catalyst of all, and it's definitely something you should be paying attention to. So we are due to hear from Philip Morris about this on the 26th of February. Very soon, just over a week away until we get some sort of announcement from them. This isn't the deadline for this lawsuit, remember. This is just them giving us an announcement on what's going on. But they did recently release their financials for 2020. And all throughout this financial report, they feature the IQOS product, which is quite, ironic considering there's so much in the press about this. They feature this everywhere. They're making no bones about it. They are making this public knowledge that they are making big money from this IQOS product. You can see here, this was their 2020 full year report just released a few days ago. IQOS users at the end of our year, approximately 17.6 million, which is approximately 12.7, have switched to IQOS and stopped smoking. 17.6 million users there for this product. That is going to be absolutely huge for this company. They go on to mention the market share for heated tobacco units in IQOS markets, excluding the US, is up 6.1%. On December the 7th, so not too long ago really, a couple months back, the US FDA authorized the sale of the IQOS free device in the US through its assurance of a pre-market tobacco market in order. So they're still rolling out these products. They go on to say here in the little statement, IQOS continued to deliver impressive growth in 2020, deriving significant increases in our total users, as well as both HTU shipment and in-market sales volume during the fourth quarter. This is pretty big, and for the full year, we are expecting a significant recovery with mid-single-digit organic net revenue growth, driven by the growing contribution of IQOS and further efforts on cost efficiencies, driving an acceleration in forecasted EPS growth to a range of 9% to 11% on the same basis. So they are making big numbers here from this IQOS product, which once again is the product in question here. I want to show you something that they put up on their PowerPoint presentation. Growing contributions of IQOS to net revenues. So you can see here how the IQMS has been growing. And if we look at the net revenues for this, $6.8 billion. That was in 2020, which is an increase of 23.8% of their total net revenues is from the IQOS. 23.8% with a $6.8 billion revenue. So if we work out 23% of the $6 billion revenue there, that's about $1.61 billion. $1.61 billion. So people are saying, how much could HCMC get from this lawsuit? There's your answer, okay? Minimum right there, $1.61 billion. The estimates here are 1 to 3 billion. People think it's going to be close to that 3 billion mark, and it may well be. But that's a good kind of in between there. I think it'll be around the 1.8 billion as well. And you've got to remember fees come out of that, etc. as well. However, I think there's going to be a big amount of money. To get, we're talking billions here, okay? We're not talking millions. They're going to get a big cash payout. And we are talking about a company with a market cap of 400 million. And we are just suddenly going to have over $1 billion here, potentially $2 or $3 billion injected into this company. There's numerous ways they can go about this. We spoke about all of this in the previous videos, the lawsuit, settlements. They could even just get royalties, etc. They're going to get money from Philip Morris, in my opinion, and it's just a matter of when and how. If it does go to the lawsuit and Philip Morris contests this, they're going to put a lot of reputation on the line, and they're going to lose a lot of favour in investors, because I really do think that they're going to want to get this over and done with, and they're clearly trying to put it under the radar. They've not really mentioned anything about this. They've had numerous opportunities, and they haven't. They're literally waiting until that deadline of the 26th. But there is speculation here that the settlement has already been agreed, or it's definitely in the pipeline. So just a few days ago, they had an investor call, and somebody had asked them about, this IP, this HCMC patent rights, etc. And their reply was literally, a litigation is subject to uncertainty. I want to read you out this tweet. They've quoted that, and they say, a winner doesn't speak like this. And our subsidiaries may enter into settlement discussion in particular cases if we believe it is in our best interest. And that's not enough to go by here. I want to read out this little report, and this is contingencies. Tobacco-related litigation is possible that there could be an adverse developments in pending cases against us and our subsidiaries. An unfavourable outcome or settlement of pending tobacco-related litigation could encourage commencement of additional litigation. They don't want that, okay? They do go on to say, however, as discussed below, we have to date been largely successful in defending tobacco-related litigation. It is possible that our consolidated results of operations, cash flows, and financial position could be materially affected in a particular quarter or fiscal year by an unfavourable outcome or a settlement of certain pending litigation. Our subsidiaries may enter into settlement discussions in particular cases if we believe it is in our best interest to do so. Vague answer. They've basically said, we've been successful in the past here. However, if things don't go our way, this will not favour our cash flow, etc. So we may well enter into a settlement. That seems a bit, to put that into your investor presentation call, it doesn't strike me as an investor in Philip Morris. I wouldn't feel too confident in them saying this. So part of me screams, they're doubting it in themselves there, and maybe that is a hint there saying, we are maybe considering a settlement with HCMC. Like I say, this is just speculation. This is just what happened in their investor call. However, to be asked about it, and their reply was not about the court case or anything. Their reply was about a settlement with HCMC. That's good news, because that means there's a potential here for a big payout for HCMC and not have to even worry about all these court fees. And we know what's going to happen when they go to court. We're going to see delay and delay. No one knows for sure what is obviously going to go on with this until we see that news feed come up and we see, Philip Morris gives HCMC $5 billion in a settlement and royalties. That would be absolutely amazing. But until we see that, this is speculation. So you should always do your own research before investing into these stocks. I'm not a financial advisor. I do want to show you this comment. This is from Craig Page, and this was on my actually on one of my videos. So shout out Craig for this, because it definitely gives a good insight, and he I 100% agree with this. He goes on to say that their future for the IQOS is the next 5 years. Okay, Philip Morris have made this clear as day that they are pushing this product, as I showed you already in their financial results. If they was to take this to trial, on average, that takes 2.5 years. We spoke about this in a previous video. Trials take a long time. Okay, if this does go to trial and Philip Morris, battle against this. This is going to be a huge delay, and we're going to see the share price drop. People are impatient. They wanted to make a quick gain. They're not going to get that. Right in the heart of when they are transitioning this product, if it was to go to court and they lose, they will have to pay 4 times the asking amount of the added court and lawyer fees. If it was a long-term investor of PM, I would be concerned with this and would make sense to do a settlement. I think that's right. A lot of people would rather just have the settlement because a court is definitely more risky than somebody just saying, you know what, I'll give you this X amount. He goes on to mention here about the lawyer and the CEO, which we've already spoke about, and they've now changed preferred stock to common stock. And this is a good thing here, okay? So you probably saw this in one of my recent videos as well. They have changed preferred stock to common stock. And this means by Rule 144, they cannot sell for a minimum of 6 months. Surely you would only do this if the company is on the rise and you have full confidence. Anyone in HCMC who has changed those stock cannot sell those shares now for 6 months. This hype is not going to be around for just 6 months. So they're obviously not doing that just to quickly make a bit of profit, because by which point we would have established if there's something worth this or not, if they're going to get this money or not. Okay, there are people in this for the long term, but like I said before, majority of people are in this for a quick profit. And he says, for both sides, it makes sense to get an early agreement and get this settled. So this is just one person's opinion here, Craig. Shout out to you, but I do agree with this. You know, a settlement is definitely the way forward. We spoke about the lawyers. The CEO also has that law side. They wouldn't be going up for this if they didn't believe in it, and they've obviously been converting preferred stock as well, which is another reason that this is definitely a long-term potential, because they wouldn't be doing that for no reason. You'd just be holding on to the preferred stock. So personally, I think they're going to get something from this, and I can see benefits of being a short-term investor for sure. That's what I'm on this one. I'm not long-term, but I also see benefits for long-term. If we talk about long-term here, you know, they're going to, if they get this a lawsuit and this goes right, you don't necessarily have to sell this. They're going to get royalties, or they can potentially get some royalties, ongoing royalties. They have amazing patents, clearly, because big companies like Philip Morris are using it and selling it. So they can even just sell some of their IP and patents out, or like I say, make royalties from it. Not to mention they are going branding into the cannabis sector, which once again we've spoke about numerous times on my channel. It is a growing sector. It's going to be big. So they actually are doing quite interesting things for sure. So I do see some benefits here to holding this one in long term. And by getting this lawsuit money and this big cash, it's basically just giving a boost to this company, which is what they could be doing anyway, even without the money. So with or without the money, I do think there has a lot of potential here for HCMC, because even with or without the money, I do think there is potential here for HCMC in the long term. But yeah, of course, their money would give this an absolute speedy boost. Short term, we already spoke. We know that this stock price is going to do very well in the short term. It might go down this week, it might go up. It doesn't matter. We're waiting for this result, and there's a lot of people on StockWits watching this one. The Reddit community are still pumping this one. A lot more investors are getting involved. You're seeing videos on this one every single where. People are really taking attention to this one. If you didn't hear about this one when we started talking about it 3 weeks ago, you're definitely hearing about it now. A lot of people are covering HCMC. So that's my thoughts on this one. Would I buy at these current prices? I already own a position in HCMC myself, so I'm not going to be adding. But yeah, I definitely see potential. High risk, but for sure, high reward. Will they win the lawsuit? No one knows for sure, but I would definitely go for they're going to get a nice chunk of money out of this. The biggest question here is not are they, I think the biggest question is when are they, okay? Because we don't know exactly when, and people don't have long-term hands in this business. People don't want to make quick trades, especially jumping into these ones. So we just got to hope that people don't sell out because they get bored holding this one, because I do think there is a lot of potential for this one. I do think they're going to get a nice payout. With that being said, I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research before investing. Feel free to join our Discord. It is completely free. We have a HCMC channel. We talk about lots of different stocks, including penny stocks. I put this one on there that I was buying about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. And yeah, we're sitting on obviously very nice gains right now. And thanks for watching. If you can smash the like and subscribe to my channel, that really is appreciated. And until next time.